Hello my friends, this is Jeannie. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I want to share with you how I use some of my wax stamps to make some beautiful embellishments. I made this one with some feathers, and I also made a dangly charm using the wax stamp. So I thought I would share with you how I made these. So first let's start with the wax that I'm using. I am using some wax that I purchased from Altair, and I did do an unboxing for that. Be sure to check that out. The particular wax I got from them, I really like because it has a rubbery, more flexible end result than most wax beads and sticks that I have used in the past, and it is because of that that I am able to punch holes in it without it snapping, and it is because of that that I feel comfortable using these in dangly charms, confident that it won't break or snap because it's not rigid like traditional wax that I have used in the past. So I am going to keep using my Altair wax. I am also going to be using some wax stamps that were sent to me by Craspire to review. I did an unboxing for these wax stamps, so be sure to check that out. So I thought I would share with you how I made these. It's not complicated at all. It's super simple and a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun using whatever embellishments, feathers, beads that I have on my table, and just coming up with different ideas. So I thought I would, since I'm playing anyway, record what I'm doing, and maybe you'll be inspired to use your waxes and your wax stamps in new and different ways. So I have my gun here that is going to melt my wax stick and give me a nice even puddle. Again, I demoed this gun in the past in that same Altair video, so if you haven't seen that, be sure to check it out. I am going to just stamp this witchy hat one here that is my absolute favorite. Not witchy hat, the crescent moon with the feathers is absolutely one of my favorites, so I'll stamp that one. Let that one set for a little bit. Why don't we just stamp a few of them? Why not? I'm also going to stamp the witchy hat, the crescent moon. I'll stamp the garden gnome, the mushroom gnome. Why not? These are super easy to stamp. You get a nice impression. Here's the happy male. Then I'm going to stamp the witchy broom with the crescent moon. So that's all 5 stamped. I'll let those set. These should be set by now. There is the crescent moon. Dreamcatcher, that's stamped beautifully. Here is the witchy hat with the broom. Again, beautiful impression. Here is the happy mail. The mushroom gnome. And then here we have the witchy broom, the crescent moon, and the bats. So all 5 stamped beautifully. What I like to do is make the image pop a little bit. So I am going to use, I recently got this. This is Premium Wax Metallic Finish by Craspire in gold. So I'm going to lightly brush this across the image just to get it to pop a little bit. Look at the difference that made. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to do that with all 5. So very pretty. Much easier to see the image when you use some type of finish or something. I tend to use different waxes just to get a little pop. And I love this particular gold because it is a bright gold. How cute. I'll put these to the side. Now I want to punch some holes into these seals so that I can insert some eyelets. I know, something I've never done before. And I am so happy that I'm able to do that now, because so many more possibilities now in terms of how to use these wax seals, not just on envelopes to seal envelopes, not just by pouring them onto paper, but with this particular style of wax from Altasair, I'm able to punch holes, insert eyelets, and make dangly charms, which is so cool because there's so many more ways I can incorporate a dangly charm into my projects this way. So here's the wax seal. I'm just using a mini hole puncher here. Nothing special about this. Usually use this to punch holes in paper, but I'm going to use it today to punch a hole in my wax. Look at that. Seal. No problem. So let's see. I think for this one, I will maybe put the hole down here. And it's going through no problem. It's not cracking. It's not giving me a hard time. And again, I think that's more because of the product, the wax itself. I think for this one, we will also put a little hole in the bottom. And I absolutely love that I now have more uses for my wax stamps now that I have discovered this particular type of flexible, almost rubbery wax to use with my wax stamps. So here are the seals all stamped, ready to go. I have some mini eyelets. These are the tiniest eyelets I have in my stash. I have a We Are Memory Keepers. I forget what they call this. Is this not a crocodile, is it? I don't know. But it's an eyelet setting tool from We Are Memory Keepers. And it's super easy peasy. I'm just going to insert my eyelet. And then I am going to set that eyelet. And just like that. I will do that with all pieces. I have to tell you, my favorite one is the Dreamcatcher, for sure. My absolute favorite. I have done so many embellishments with that one, and I am just wanting to make more. So you'll probably get sick of seeing those in my projects. But I am making quite a few. Then I have these that I will use. How perfect. I'm going to use that. These are not gold. These are more like bronzy. I'm going to use that on the mushroom gnome and on the happy meal, because why not? So now that I have this eyelet, I pretty much can do whatever I want. I can attach these to pins. I can attach these to charms. I can attach these to jump rings and make so many beautiful things. I can even, I'm sure, come up with a way to attach them to each other. But how cool is that? So once I had that as my base, then, you know, it's all, you're limited by your imagination. So here, all I did was take some beads, put them on an eye pin, use some jump rings, and attach them to a clasp and to one of my wax seals. And look at that. Easy. So easy. Here's another, same idea. I just attached another dangly charm to it, and this time I glued some feathers to the back of it. And this on top of a fabric cluster or on anything as an embellishment is just beautiful. It's also a good way to use up all of the glass beads and other little dangly charms that I have in my stash. So let's go ahead and make one of these. Let's work with this one. We'll work with this one. So this is the witchy broom with the crescent moon and the bats. So I am going to make something to dangle from there. I have some eye pins. I have some clasp. And I have some rings. And I also have some bulb pins. You could attach it to a bulb pin as opposed to a clasp. This way you can pin it on something. In fact, I don't think I've made anything with the bulb pin yet. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do one with the bulb pin. So I'm just going to grab a gold one. Gold seems to be the palette I'm working with right now. Don't know how many rings I'm going to need, so we'll just grab a few. We'll need, I don't know, there's 4 there. That's more than enough. And we need an eye pin. So let's grab a gold eye pin. And I have beads here that I pulled out. Let me get one of these bigger beads. These star glass beads I absolutely adore. They are what I have been using as almost an anchor on my dangly charms, and I just love the whole star because, you know, very Halloweeny, very night, very boho. So we have that. Okay, so let's just string some beads. Let's see, what colors have I not used? Really can't go wrong with any of these colors. So let's decisions. Let's do something bright. Let's do a black. I say let's do something bright, then I grab a black. We're going to do something very Halloweeny. We're going to do a gold, a green, a black. We'll do an orange. That's pretty cool. Any other colors I want to add? 3's good. You know what I didn't grab are my tools. So let me go ahead and grab my tools so that I can cut this wire. Okay, I just grabbed a couple of tools here. I have my needle nose pliers, and I also have a pair of pliers that also double as cutters. So I'm going to cut this. I'm just going to eyeball it. I am not a professional by any means with working with wire, but I know enough that I'm able to make my own dangly charms, and I feel quite comfortable making them. So I cut the wire, made a little loop or eye at the top there so that I now have one at the top and one at the bottom. So now it's just a matter of adding my jump rings. So first things first, let me add a large jump ring to the star because I am going to dangle that star from the bottom. We'll put the green at the bottom. Those rings are so big that I can, the jump rings anyway, are so big that I am able to open and close them using my fingers, but always have the option of using the tool. I am also going to attach a jump ring here. And then, I know I said I was going to use the bulb pin, but the bulb pin won't work with this one because I put the hole at the bottom. So this one is just going to get a nice little dangle. And just like that, isn't that pretty? That would look really pretty in a Halloween journal. So pretty. So there's one. Let's see if I have something that's not punched that I can punch near the top and we can, here, this one. Oh, no, she has a hole. This one doesn't. Okay, here's one that doesn't have a hole. So let's punch a hole near the top of this one. And then we can go ahead I knew I had one more little eyelet on this table somewhere. So let's go ahead at the eyelets. Okay. Let's add some charms. Yeah, we definitely want to get another eye pin. So really, you can use whatever color palette works for you. I'm just using these glass beads that are on my desk. Cut my wire to a length that I think is going to work. Okay, so there it is. Now I have a little loop on both sides, both ends. Let's get you can use smaller jump rings as well. They don't have to be these big ones, that's for sure. They could be better quality jump rings too. These are just some inexpensive jump rings that were sent to me to review a long time ago, and I've been using them ever since. They work for me. So how cute is that? Very pretty. And then we can just take a bulb pin and just attach. You can add more beads. For example, I am going to add one of these star glass beads that I am absolutely obsessed about. So obsessed that I went out and bought more. Because I'm almost done with the first string of beads. And just like that, how cute. I can pin this on anything. I can pin this on a fabric flip. I can pin this on the spine of a journal. I can pin this on a card. Absolutely gorgeous. So that is my project share, my friends, and you see just how easy it is to do these. I absolutely love these. I have been making them. I've made quite a few of them, as you can see. I will definitely be incorporating them in projects to come. So definitely check out Craspire if you are interested in any of these particular wax stamps. They are beautiful images. I'm so thrilled to have them in my collection, that's for sure, and I will continue to use them. The wax itself, if you're interested in knowing more about this particular wax, check out my unboxing and my video with Altasair. I bought those items myself and thrilled with the purchase, and it worked out well for me. So thank you, my friends, for watching. I so appreciate you, and I will catch you all in the next video. Until next time, bye-bye.